In this video, we are going to talk about inflation and your money, how to protect your purchasing power. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. What is purchasing power? Purchasing power is the value of a currency expressed in terms of the number of goods or services that one unit of money can buy. It can weaken over time due to inflation. That's because rising prices effectively decrease the number of goods or services you can buy. Purchasing power is also known as a currency's buying power. How does inflation erode purchasing power? Inflation is the gradual rise in the prices of a broad range of products and services. If inflation persists at a high level or gets out of control, it can eat away your purchasing power, what you can buy with the money you have. The same product that cost $2 6 months ago might now cost $4 due to inflation. This rise in prices in turn can erode people's savings and consequently their standard of living. Inflation is the general increase in the prices of goods and services. The U.S. Department of Labor measures these changes with the Consumer Price Index, CPI, which calculates the average prices of products and services. Basically, inflation reflects a loss of purchasing power, meaning your dollar won't go as far tomorrow as it did today. Think about it like this. A home buyer looking for homes 10 years ago in the $300,000 to $350,000 price range had more and potentially better options than people with that same budget do now. What is the Consumer Price Index? The CPI measures the prices of certain consumer goods and services over time to discern changes in prices that indicate inflation. The prices for those goods and services are obtained from American consumers by way of the Consumer Expenditure Survey conducted by the Census Bureau for the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which publishes the CPI. Longtime investors know that loss of purchasing power can greatly impact their investments. Rising inflation affects purchasing power by decreasing the number of goods or services you can purchase with your money. Investors must look for ways to make a return higher than the current rate of inflation. More advanced investors may track international economies for the potential effect on their long-term investments. Tips to protect your money from inflation. There are several steps you can take to protect your purchasing power during inflationary times. Some of these include diversifying your assets and using higher interest rates to your advantage. Number 1. Take advantage of high rates. Sometimes high rates are a good thing. In fact, during times of higher inflation, many banks will offer higher rates on deposit accounts, which can help your earnings keep pace with rising prices. A high-yield savings account can have rates 20 to 25 times higher than a traditional account. Most digital banks offer rates that are significantly higher than the average. In fact, in March 2023, the FDIC reported that the average national rate for savings accounts was 0.37% APY, whereas most online savings accounts were offering rates over 3% APY. Take a few minutes to check the current rates on your savings account. If the rate is at the national average or even below it, you may want to consider looking for a new savings account. Number 2, review your salary raises. There have probably been times in your life where you haven't really noticed inflation because your compensation kept pace with the inflation rate. It's common for employers to increase salaries as costs rise. When inflation spikes are higher than average, raises may not keep up with these times and employees' purchasing power is reduced. It's a good idea to keep an eye on your raises in relation to inflation rates, as this helps you make sure your current income is retaining the same value. If you feel like your income isn't keeping up, you might want to do some market research on salary ranges for your current role. This information can help you gauge if there is an opportunity to discuss a salary adjustment with your employer. Number 3, address credit card spending and balances. When costs rise, it's common for us to make more purchases using our credit cards. Unfortunately, this can cost you in the long run due to the variable rates charged by credit cards. The average credit card rate has been continually rising since 2021, hitting 20.09% APR in Q1 2023. According to LendingTree, 9 if you were to carry a balance of $5,000 on a credit card with that rate for just 1 month, you'd owe $83.22 in interest. Carrying a balance from month to month causes debt to grow quickly, and it can get out of hand. Try to make a habit of paying off your cards on time and in full. If you have a lot of high-interest debt, such as credit card debt, you might want to consider consolidating your debt with a debt consolidation loan. Number 4, check on variable rates. A variable rate is one that rises and falls based on certain market conditions. This means you will pay a different amount while the account is open depending on the current rate. Almost any line of credit or debt can have a variable rate, including mortgages, credit cards, personal loans, and auto loans. If you have accounts with variable rates, you may want to check on the current rate to determine how much you are paying. When variable rates are high, you may want to open a fixed-rate personal loan and use the proceeds to pay off high-interest debt. The fixed-rate personal loan will then allow you to plan for a consistent rate and payment for the loan's duration, and oftentimes help you save money in the long run if the loan has a lower rate than the debt you paid off. Number 5. Diversify your investments. Are you investing all your money in one asset class? It may be time to diversify your holdings to take advantage of different investment types, including stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and ETFs. One relatively safe investment during times of higher inflation is government-sponsored bonds and securities. Since these assets are backed by the U.S. government, they are seen as one of the lowest risk investments available in terms of payback. But bonds that adjust their interest payments with inflation-based rates could help also protect the value of the investment throughout its term. Treasury inflation-protected securities, TIPS. TIPS are investment bonds. This link opens a new window/tab and takes you to a third-party site. We think you'll enjoy the information, but Janius Bank is not responsible for the content, privacy policy, and other terms and conditions found there. Number 6. Monitor and make adjustments. Regularly fine-tuning your financial decisions could make all the difference on your financial health journey. When prices are rising, it's important to be intentional with your spending to make sure your financial goals are still on track. Even if you're a disciplined budgeter, you may still want to reevaluate your budget as your income and expenses change. Another important adjustment to make during times of high inflation is paying off accumulated debt, if you're able to. This helps you reduce the amount of interest you pay over time and the overall cost of your debt. Additionally, it's important to stay informed about the current financial climate, as well as research ways to improve your current financial situation. If you find that you're not getting the most out of your money, consult a finance specialist to help you. Number 7. Final thoughts. When inflation causes financial strain, there are strategies you can use to cope with it. These strategies may include diversifying your investments, paying off debt, and increasing your savings. Protecting your spending power is all about building habits that respond both to the present while keeping your future goals in mind. So this is our today's video. If you like our video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel or hit the bell icon. We will meet again with another interesting topic. Till then, stay safe and stay happy.